So the QNAP TR004, essentially it's a 4-bay drive, and I ordered this with drives because, you know, end of financial year, gets discounts, so we're going to go around, fragile. Yeah, I mean, it was in the box sideways, but whatever, man. So let's see. I have moved over to my sofa, or cushion, because I am a little uncoordinated. Welcome! Thank you for choosing QNAP. We hope you enjoyed as much as we've enjoyed creating it. You may visit the following links or product support, join said communities, yada yada yada. So you got YouTube, Facebook, download, cool stuff. Alright, I do like the packaging though. I want to sell stuff just so I can get cool cardboard boxes, honestly. Cool cardboard boxes would be sick. Okay, we got the plot. Nice. Very nice. And we've got the mechanisms. Let me just... And now it's gone. Yeah, that's magic. So we got the box. I don't know what's in this box. We put that to the side. And yes, I do have the JBL speaker popping. Of course I do. And here it is. QNAP. Let's my hand doesn't go around. And let me just... And here we go. Alright, so we got 3 components. Put this down. Oh, let's not drop it as I buy it. We've got this, which has what? We've got more cables. Oh, that looks like a key and a bunch of screws. This is the connection, I'm assuming, to my laptop. And this is the power bank. So I'll go with that one over there. Here's the warranty. That's great. Cool. Fantastic. Installation guide. Let's see. I've dropped it. Alright. All the data will be cleared upon initialization. Where are my drives? Status, LED, USB, HD3. So you take it out. Okay, so these are all the buttons. I will need to understand the mapping later. Take it out, and depending on which one it is, you will, I don't know, adjust the drive there, I suppose. Then you add your drives in, clip it in, put it back, and then lock it, it looks like. Then you're going to optionally screw the drives in so they don't fall out. And then USB cable lock. Oh, that's pretty smart, actually. I like that. That must be, where is that? Is that here? Might be in this one. Somewhere in there, probably. Oh, I've dropped the warranty. That's all right. How does this go? So you kind of just like attach it and then, and then you just kind of plug it. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. All right. What's next? Now, you are going to get a power, okay. USB-A, USB-C, power, on. I guess that comes onto the ports on the back of this. Very nice. Oh, what is this? That must be the RAID settings? Mode. So I'm assuming that's the RAID settings. For those of you who don't know what RAID is, it's essentially how you store stuff in, it is. Across drives. So if one of the drives fails, then you have the other drive. So you have normal individual, which means each drive is separate. If one fails, you lose all the data. So you choose the mode, then you do a bunch of stuff to set. Okay. So individual, I don't know what JBOD is. RAID 0, I can't remember that. RAID 1, 10, RAID 5, and then software control. Software control must be manual, but RAID 5 is the one I'm going for, which essentially means that if one of the drives fail, that's fine. If more than one drive fails, I'm cooked. That means I only get 3 drives worth of space instead of all 4. Right, now let me just take the packaging off. I gotta say, now the plastic is cleared, I'm pretty impressed with how it looks. So what, this just kind of... Yeah. Guys, we gotta read the instructions again. We need to pull it up. Oh! Hello. I don't know if it's locked. Okay, so it points to which corner is unlocked. Let me just grab the key. And here's the key. Yeah, pretty normal. So if I were to just let me see. Wait, am I stupid? I see, it's this way. So you put it in. You put in each of these drives, lock it, and then I suppose you would flip this. So this is unlocked, and this is locked. So now this won't come out. And that's probably what you want. Yeah, so that comes out not really easily, but it's pretty easy. And I suppose to unlock it, I can just find the configuration, twist it, and then that comes out pretty easily. Tests. No, they didn't include my drive, so I will have to wait for those to come, but we will set it up once they do. Oh, you can see the electronics. That's pretty cool. As you can see, it's a bit. I've now moved from over there, and yes, I do have contents. To my desk. So I've got this set up now, it's all plugged in, except for the cable, because the cable they give comes with USB-C to USB-A, which unfortunately does not plug into my Mac, which, you know, only has Type-C cables. So, see you later. Instead, I bought myself this Type-C to Type-C cable specifically, right? And you guys need to watch out for this if you want to, I don't know, replace USB. USB-C 3.2. So that essentially means that I can transport 5 gigabytes. I don't know. I think it's it's gigabits of data per second, which is important for huge storage disks like these. Here's the cable. Very nice. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'll set it up at some point. Now, onto what we've got here today. We've got the drives. They've come in the mail. Honestly, this whole thing came pretty quick, so we're just gonna cut that open. And yes, I remembered I have this sick knife. Shout out to my mate who gave it to me. Sick gift. So we're just gonna like cut down the side of these. Why am I? There we go. So now that should all just kind of come undone or fold out. You know what? Give me a second. Let me finish cutting this. So we're just gonna crack into a fresh box of these. Come on, come with a hug. And yummy. All right. So what the dog doing? We got the Iron Wolf C by Seagate. The box came a little damaged in the corners, but you know, all things considered, it was packed in this, which is also packed in like another thing. So that's all right. Now let's just open this up. Use the force. Open it. And that didn't work. Oh wait, yeah, it did. All right, so we got the Iron Dogs, big dog. God damn it. We got the congratulations. The new Seagate drive includes a rescue. Well cost. Oh wait, that's actually pretty good. Data recovery if I need it. I read through that. Looks like the English is at the front, so I guess I can contact them. I just need, one phone call away. Cool, noted. Here is the warranty in English. Limited warranty. What does this warranty cover? Yeah. I know you guys don't care about that. So let's get into the drive. Here it is. We're gonna put this up here. This has got some heft to it, you know. This is actually pretty hefty. Here we are. 4 terabyte. Oh wait, let me actually open it. Let me just right spell. There we go. We casted the right spell. Here's the drive. Obviously, the spinning magnet bit goes here. That's the connections. I'm assuming goes into the back of that. Like if you guys remember. Okay, let me not drop this. If we remember, open up this. This drive's here. At the back, you see there's a bunch of pins. That's where the drive will go. Now we just gotta put it inside. So I'm just gonna probably goes this way, right? Cool. All right. So now we have our drive. It is attached, so we've got the side bits going. And this, we're just gonna slide it right into the system. Make sure it's open, and then it's just gonna click, snap, and bro, I said always. Wait, am I stupid? That one goes like that. Okay, there we go, and then twist and lock. So now that is one drive installed. Well, not Microsoft OneDrive, but like one of these drives. So we're just gonna do the same thing for these 3. Gym 10 break. Let's go. Back to our work. All right, so we're back here. We've undone all the boxes, got everything in the right place. Everything's in the right place. Here's the drives. For those of you who want to know how I actually did attach, the drive, I'll go through it. So first you got to get this bit, and you'll come right to the edge here, and you're just going to grab this tab and pull it off. Sorry, this is really hard to do one-handed, but you should see that arrow. I don't know if you can see it on the end there, and then you just kind of jam your finger in there and take it off like that. All right, so same one here. You're gonna lay it down somewhere, finger in. God, this is really hard to show while I'm doing it. I wish I had like a camera mount. And you're just gonna, there we go, and it'll snap off. Now, you probably don't want to break these pins. I don't think I did. I don't think they will break because they're in like a rubber enclosure that probably keeps them from taking most of the impact. But regardless, So you've taken these out now. What you're going to do is you're just going to have your drive sitting with the pins towards you. Then you're going to take your cover over, then take your drive, and you're just going to have it facing this way. This is going to be faced this way. And remember, this right here is the front. So that's the front of your drive. So you're literally just going to place it on top. And I was joking earlier when I just threw it, but you literally just press it down like that and slide it until it's all the way at the end. Now, what you're going to see is that these are 3.5-inch drives. So they're screw holes. I'm not going to line up for all of them like that. But you see this one lines up, and this one lines up, and this one lines up. But before we even talk about the screws, we can now see that on the side here, there are 2 more holes that are lined up. So quite literally, just grab our bit, place it in here, and snap it right back on. Okay, so what happened was I actually didn't line that up or press it all the way. And you can see there's meant to be 2 screws. I think in the video footage there was only 1, but yeah, now you can just line it up. And that line, there we go. And then press. And it should make a satisfying click. And you're just gonna do that on the other side as well. Yeah, so just press. And now your drive is secured in place. This won't come off from the, if I try, I can't really lever it out of the casing. That's in there. It's not really wanting to come out. But for extra security, it does come with screws. And I'm just gonna get my screwdriver, trusty old screwdriver, and I'm just gonna, and I'm sure we all know how to use a screwdriver, but doesn't hurt to show the final bit. So we can just tighten that, but not too tight because you don't want to unthread the screws. These are very, very small screws. Now, here's my finger for reference, right? That's tiny. So now these are all flush, you'll feel it against the plastic. It's really, really nice. Then, like I said earlier, it's closed. Bro, I was doing it the wrong way this side. But anyways. So now that's all well and good. And so we're just going to fit that back in. And that is drive number 2. Locked in. Oh, well, it will be locked in. Just a second. Locked in. So now these drives are set. They're not going to come out. Let's just finish off these ones. So like I did last time, 1 and 2 and 3. All right, cool. Drives are ready. They are going in. If I can. God damn, I can't beat this uncoordinated. Drive in. Drive in. Why are we not snapping? Snap. There we go. Okay. I don't know what was going on there, but the drives are in, and now they are locked. Locked in. Cool. All right, let's power this bad boy on. So the switch should just be back here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're just gonna flick on switch there. Oh, it beeped. Oh, stuff's happening. Lights are on. Status on. Hard disk 1 on. Hard disk 2 on. Hard disk 3 and 4 are all on. Cool. Let's go to the laptop and see what's up. So we fired up the app, the QNAP External RAID Manager, and it says, welcome to this utility. You can manage your QNAP RAID system. So what we're going to do is read this, create a RAID group, click plus RAID, and then select RAID type and disks for TR004 devices, that's us. The mode switch must be set to software control mode. RAID group settings might vary depending on the device model. Oh, so because I've already flipped the switch in the hardware model, I might not be able to make a RAID group. Interesting. All right, let's see how we go. It might already be done too far. I kind of like that it's hardware oriented because that means if I plug it into a different laptop or a different device, it should, in theory, be configured already. So firmware update the screen displays current firmware. You can choose to upload the firmware automatically via the internet or manually. With manual updates, you must download a new firmware. Yeah, we're going to be doing manual because I don't want this thing connected to the internet. That's why I got a DAS, a DAS, not an AS, an NAS. And the difference is one is connected to like a network. It's your local network, but it's still connected to a network. And one's not. One is literally just a bunch of drives stored. So I don't want that. So no device is found. Now, you guys can't see it, but I'm going to grab my USB cable. I'll organize this in a bit. But I'm going to grab the USB cable and plug it in. And now it's created a RAID group by RAID 5. So I have 12 terabytes of storage unformatted. Nice. To format this, so we need to go here, click erase. We're going to format this in the encrypted format. It's going to ask me for my password. it's my password set. I think Jude ID partition is the standard. These are for older. And then the name, we'll just use my name. So Anish, what am I calling this? Daz, that's it. Erase. But you can see all the lights are playing up on times. And the switch I was talking about earlier was the red one here. And I have my Daz nice and empty. So now if I plug in my hard drive, come on, things happen. So let's go. My backup 5 terabytes, so I can transfer all these over, except maybe WD software, we're going to modified. So we'll transfer everything over into my Daz. Fantastic. So yeah, nice. We got the Daz set up, and this will just sit on my desk. And I'll be able to back things up whenever I want. Should make making videos a lot easier. Because look at that, oh my days. But it's alright, because we got the Tim Tam, and yes, I did happen to eat into these while you guys weren't watching. It is what it is.